fly in a co-pilot seat for 5 takeoffs and 5 landings. My first takeoff, I was so anxious to get that airplane on screw. I got it, we called it mushing. You don't have really good flying speed, you just go in like that.
Yeah.
And our field up there was like up on a tabletop. We were down here in the valley. And I heard the radio and tower calling, 812, where are you? Pappy grabs me, oh, we're down here in the valley, we'll be up shortly. He wasn't all excited. I was very excited. And when we come in to land, I tried to flare it out, and I managed to do that all right. My first passenger after I got my pilot's license was my wife. When we landed, we were about 2 plane lengths before she said, are we on the ground yet? The boss at the airport says, hey, what more do you want to know? She said, oh, we were just young and dumb.
And tell us about these medals. What do each of these mean?
This victory weapon. ETO, that's it, European Theater of Operation. Air medal, we got one of those every 5 missions. So I had 4 of those, and they had got oak leaves on there. Dave can bring my blouse out, and we can show them that. And this was the Distinguished Flying Cross. You got that when you finished. And everybody went, or if you did something spectacular in the air. One time our pilot had to get out of his seat while we were at altitude because he didn't hear the turret moving around or any shells going out. And here the hose got pinched. So Ellis was starting to turn blue, and the pilot saw that, and he went back and opened that up and got a portable oxygen bottle and gave it to him right away. And he said, thank you.
Wow.
These are a little better. Oh, that came out very good, David. David, right here. So I'll put one on each. I'll staple them. Oh, there you go.
Can I lay it on the table?
Yeah. Yeah, the staff sergeant, maybe a sergeant stripe plus a rocker. And if you were at the top turret of the radio man, since they had extra duties, they would put a second rocker down here. And this was a group citation, and that was I don't know what that one was for, but that's the crew wings there. This is the Distinguished Flying. See, now there's your oak leaf clusters on the air medal. ETO ribbon. We got a star on that because we were successful. We got back. And this was maintenance. That's why I had to fly. Each one had a different. We had each, in the crew there was 3 groups, 2 of each. One was the mechanics type, that was the top turret and myself. The radio, one time they had me marked as a radio, and I said, good God, I don't be back for all that. And then the other was the armors, who knew how to take care of bombs, take care of the guns and everything else, even though we had gone through gunnery school. And that's about it.
How long, like when you got in your plane to fly a mission and then come back, like how long would you spend in the plane before you...
That's in your recording here. I'll just recite some of them. First trip was Emden, 26,500 feet. Tail number is 494, 42 incendiary, 6 hours. Next one we went up was 44 degrees, altitude 26,000, 42 incendiaries, flak heavy fighters, few fighters, 2 Ju-88s, a twin engine fighter, were right under our nose, shot the hull down and put a 20 mm shell in one of us. one of our holes in the airplane, chin turret. Chin turret just went underneath the nose of the airplane. And that was 6 hours. Here's this one here. That was flak fighters. That was 7 hours.
How long was Schweinfurt?
Schweinfurt? New to Schweinfurt. That was a long mission. Frank first was Schweinfurt on it. February 24. Target was the ball bearing factory. Moderate flak at the target. Hit the target fairly good, and that's the one I was taking the pictures. We were attacked. First attack was 22, the SOBs. And the second attack there was 25. And then the more scattered attacks by 2 at a time. Saw 3 forts go down in flame. Knocked out our high squadron. And what remained of the high squadron have gone and joined us as a lead squadron that day. And fighters pressed their attacks very close. 20mm bursts were so thick you could almost see them coming at you. Seemed that there would be no getting by. Crew claimed 4 fighters that day. That night, interrogation, Ellis, Rolfe, Bronson, and Tarnowski. So that's top turret, chin turret, Bronson on the tail, and Tarnowski on the waist, or on the ball. And it was 9 hours. We lost 5 aircraft that day. And our airplane, we finally got a new one after his sister's first child. We called him Butch. So that's what's on the side of our aircraft. And when I don't think, yeah, you can see the sign at the top, Butch. And these are our bombing sorties when we got fighters. And this was the crash landing. And I'm the one without the hat. And I'm the tall guy in the back here. And that's the harness for our parachute. Most of us wanted chest suits. And the pilots, I think they had them. Some guys wanted the seat suit. And it wasn't too comfortable. I took the these are the mission pictures of Schweinfurt.
And nowadays, would you still say that the war, like fighting in the war, is that still like, do you think about it often? Like, how is it affecting your life these days?
Yes, I was too dumb to get scared. But I thought we had a very good crew who knew what the heck we're doing, and we did it.
Okay. Is it?
When you first came back, like, did anything change? Did your outlook on life change at all?
I just like a lucky SOB.
Yeah, makes sense.
So when you came back, what did you do?
Oh, they wanted me, I was supposed to go to Atlantic City after I had a 30-day leave at home. And when I was at leave at home, my father wanted to put my name in to have the honor of lighting the blast furnace after it was rebuilt in this steel work that I worked in before I went in. Dad didn't want to pick it. I always took an officer or some high muckety-muck in government. He was in charge of all the clerks. I think he had something to do with it. I was selected, and they sent a company car up to pick me up. The other fellow was driving it, and he had the back door open. I says, "I saw a lot of your guys over there that weren't coming back." I said, "All right, if I sit up front, and I'll get out of the car before we get to the main gate." "You're a nice fellow, Sergeant. Come on in." So we got down there, and we got about a block from the main gate. I said, "I'll get in the back now." He pulled over to the side. He goes, "Thank you, Sergeant." And I went in and got my picture taken, and with a rod like this, somewhere in all this. And father was up on the step. He was only 5'4". Mother was 5'9". I got her hurt.
Yeah, wow.
And I ended up 6 foot. And David has a son that's